from Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
Talk to me.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No! I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it at 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are, together again on the radio. And someone mentioned this on the air recently, and I wanted to talk about it as a topic because I'm sure there are some great stories to be told. Are you or have you recently been with someone who, in the middle of sex, starts crying? Now, there's no one reason why people do this. This has happened to me many times. One time, you forgot to use the lubrication, and it was painful. One time, you were with somebody who broke up with her boyfriend yesterday and is with you tonight trying to feel better and screw him over by having sex with you. Then she starts crying. Some people just get emotional, men and women. And to me, you know, it's another bodily function. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like crying while taking a whiz. I mean, would you cry at that? You know. Not unless I needed penicillin very badly. Other than that, no. Now, I'm wondering if you're with somebody who does this. And I would love to hear you tell some stories about just how it happened. The first time it happened, how often it happens, what you think the reasons are. Does it weird you out? Do you freak? I mean, there are times I've been with people who start crying. I'm like, that sucks. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I feel like I'm hurting them or something, and I just start pulling away. You know what I'm talking about? There are just some times that people seem to be overly emotional or weird, and I don't always understand. Now, I suspect there's a lot more men who do this than we think. I tend to think it's a female thing, but I've only slept with women, so I really don't know. But more than once, I've been with women who have been crying and crying and crying. One time I was with a woman who knew that at some point soon she was going to have to tell me that it was over. She hadn't told me yet, so she was crying about it. We were having sex, and she was crying. I had more than one woman. You know, I was always the guy like the vulture that I always describe on the air. I was always the guy who acted like disinterested when a woman would start telling me about her boyfriend problems, but I would keep my eyes open because I could smell blood in the water. And so finally the breakup occurs, and you take her out for a drink or something, and then you take her home, and you put it to her back 40, and suddenly she's like, boo-hoo-hoo. She suddenly realizes that it's not as much fun as she thought it would be, losing the old boyfriend and then hooking up with me. But now she misses him, and she feels bad about what she's done. There are some people who get overly emotional and take sex too seriously, like it's this really, 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 really emotional thing, very heavy experience. And the weight of it is just too much to take. So they start sobbing right in the middle of, you're doing all your best stuff, you're in your favorite position and you're getting the job done and you feel like you're really going for the gold. And suddenly, like, you don't even know why. You don't even know why. Sometimes you don't even ask. Have you ever been with somebody it was so awful, like you didn't even want to ask them? You just kind of acted like it never happened. Or maybe you acted like it never happened the first 5 times, and after a while you finally said, why is it every time we have sex you're crying? I don't understand this at all. I mean, I want to go on the record, and if there are any women who've been with me who can contradict this, I certainly welcome your calls, but I want to go on the record. I have never cried while having sex. Never. And I don't know, you know why? Because, if you're breaking up with me, my attitude, F you. Go ahead, break up with me. There's more down the block. There's more around the corner. Go ahead, break up with me, you bitch. Even if I was attached to somebody, I tend to put on that macho thing where I just say, I don't care, screw you. I'm effing everything that moves. Never would I let myself fall so far that I would cry while I'm having sex with you. Never. But I'm just wondering about people who do this. Are you with somebody who does this? Somebody who cries in the middle of sex. Are you with somebody like that? I have to know.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
No guy's ever going to get this good loving until they do what I want them to do.
Oh, so you're a controlling bitch.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. All right, talking about those women who cry. Yes, they do. They cry in the middle of sex. What's that all about? Danny on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What's up, Tom? How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
I just had a question for you. I was texting some girl a while back, maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And we're, having sex, and she just started crying for no reason. And I was, wondering, why she started crying. And it was just, really awkward. And then maybe 2 weeks later, I found out from one of her best friends that she got molested by her brother or something like that. Then it was just really interesting because when we had sex another time, she started crying and she was she called me her brother's name, and it was. Do you think that's a reason for it?
Was that in a good way or like you were attacking me way?
Yeah, no, I had she was writing me. Then
she was writing you and calling you by her brother's name.
Yeah, and it freaked me out, and we continued. Then she just started crying 5 minutes later.
Really?
I was like, what's going on?
I wonder how her brother was in the sack.
Yeah. I don't know. They were from the
I mean,
South.
if she's calling out her brother's name while she's having sex with you, what's that all about?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to know. I kept on asking her, but she kept ignoring it and making...
it's one thing when you've been raped or molested. Of course, I have empathy for that. But if you're calling out your brother's name, you must have called it out before.
Yeah. It just really, really freaked me out, and I was like, oh, my God. She was just a really big freak. And thank you for taking my call, Tom. Can you send me out?
By the way, Danny, how long did you continue to see her after that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Another month and a half.
Oh, you kept going. Did you pretend to be her brother after that?
I really didn't care because she was awesome in bed. She was around 5'6", 115. She had a C cup, so she was really hot.
And did she cry every time or just once in a while?
She just cried every time. Right when I gave her an orgasm, she started crying. If I didn't, there were some other times I didn't, probably didn't fulfill her needs, but she wouldn't cry. But whenever I was the man, she would start crying.
Wow.
And it was really, really awkward. And she would call me her brother's name. Then maybe 5 minutes or 5 minutes later, she would just start crying right when she hit her, her orgasm.
Wow.
And a really odd girl. She's from the South. I don't know if that has anything to do from it. She grew up out in, Mississippi. So I don't know if that was something. She came to college. She goes to the same college as I do. So it was just.
Why did the relationship end?
It was because I was with another girl, and my other girl found out about it.
Oh boy.
And yeah, it was huge.
And it was your sister.
No, it wasn't. It was when my girlfriend found out, and my girlfriend had some words with the girl, and it was a big old cat fight. It was exciting. Wish I would have videotaped it. I would have sent it to you.
I wish I'd seen it.
Yeah, it was just a big old deal. I'm just happy I have her out of my
Did she have her brother come over and beat you up?
Nah, his brother's the weird thing about it, his brother's he's 5'6". He's a dorky little guy. He's short.
He's the brother. He's also the ex.
He's the bro. Yeah, exactly. The brother, the ex. The ex who used to just get her in the sack. And I asked her brother one time, I was did you ever do anything? I mean, because her brother kind of looks up to me. Not looks up to me, but he has my respect.
He has to. He's 5'6".
Yeah, I'm 6'3".
Yeah.
300 pounds. So.
Of course he looks up to you.
Yeah, basically. And I asked him, dude, what's going on? What'd you do to your sister? Because I was, and I wanted to know what happened. And he freaked out on it. And I was like, what did you do? And he just starts freaking out on it. And he started. He didn't make a big deal out of it between him and I. He was like, oh my God, who told you that? Who told you that? Then a day later, his sister came over and started crying. Well, why'd you tell my brother that? I guess he beat her. So it's a really weird relationship.
That's very weird.
Yeah, I'm just really happy I'm out of that bind now. I don't have to worry about some little 5'6" guy.
That's right.
Doing anything to me.
Exactly.
But Tom, thank you. I appreciate it. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Well, Danny, thank you.
Kobe style?
Take you out Kobe style. Sure we will. Here you go.
This is about us. She's so special to me. You're a beat to my heart. You're the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
1-800-5800-TOM. Stacia on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Do you care, Stacia?
Hey,
Not really.
I kid you not. I got a story for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, well, my boyfriend Michael and I were having some sex, and we're doing it doggy style, and we're having vaginal intercourse, and he pulls it up and hit on my tailbone.
We don't need that much detail. Yeah, all right. He inflicted some pain.
Yeah, and he broke my tailbone.
He broke your tailbone.
I kid you not.
Really? Just because he tried to use the service entrance?
Huh?
Just because he tried to use the service entrance?
Yeah, exactly. And so I was in pain, and I was just crying, and I could not stop because it hurt so bad. I was out of work for a week, and I told my boss that I was making my bed, and I came up and hit my tailbone on the dresser.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of good excuses for breaking your tailbone.
I know. So, anyway...
My boyfriend was attempting to have vaginal intercourse with me, and he misjudged.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, I told him, I said, I'd appreciate it.
He thought it was my G-spot.
Yeah. Anyway, I said, I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell anybody. Well, we go to this work party like a month later, and they're like, hey, Daisha, how's the tailbone? Totally embarrassed, and all of his friends are like, you rock, Michael, you're hot, Daisha.
There you go. Break my tailbone. Yeah. Woohoo!
Yeah, so we've been together for a year and a half. It's great, man. It's awesome. He's
now, did the tailbone heal properly, or is it a little off? Sometimes they don't get those things just right.
Oh, no. It does. There's still like a lump on it.
There's a lump on your tailbone now.
Yes. And like when I mean, you can't see it, but I can feel it. And
yes.
If I sit down on like a bar stool or anything, I can't sit for very long.
You can't sit very long because your tailbone sticks out.
Yes, and I went to the doctor, and they're like, that just doesn't ever really heal up. So
yeah, I imagine it would be hard to get a cast on your tailbone.
Yeah, yeah.
Did anybody sign your cast when your tailbone was broken?
What?
Did you have anybody signing your cast when you broke your tailbone there?
All of his buddies.
Very good.
I'm just kidding. Him and all of his friends listen.
How do they heal a tailbone? How do they get that? Do they put a cast on it?
No. They just give you a ton of painkillers and hope God you survive.
Oh, well, that's why it doesn't heal properly.
Yeah, there's nothing that they can do. I don't know. I guess it's like a broken toe or something.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, hey, Tom, I just got to tell you, I love you. I listen to you every day on my commute home, and I only have one complaint on your show, and that's you have too many commercials.
Well, dear, I could not live the lifestyle I've become accustomed to if we ran less commercials.
I know, but I like to...
Are you suggesting that I lower my standard of living?
Well, yes, so I can hear your voice more. I love you.
Dear, I'll call you and your tailbone up any time at home.
I love you, Tom. Hey.
You've got other bones to be broken, and I'll be happy to talk that over with you.
Hey, I want to come down and see you sometime.
All right, well, we'll set that up, dear.
Oh, I'm so there.
Okay.
I want to hang out with you and sit on some bar stools, you know? What's up?
Yeah, very good. And I want to see you have to hop off a bar stool.
Okay.
Well, you hang on. Dean is going to set that up so you can come down and party with the crew here.
Okay, I love you, Tom.
I love you, Stacia. There she goes, Stacia. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Here's Dave on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
All right, Dave.
Well, basically a long time ago when I was just getting into college, I was going out with this girl. She was about 16 years old. And we were going at it, I was going at it from behind, and she just started bawling. And I was, I didn't pay any attention at first. I was just like, I'm just going to, finish what I'm finishing. And, she just started bawling, and she's like, you don't even care. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
So what?
Yeah, so she turned around, and I was like, so what's wrong? And she's like, it's just like the first time. I'm like, just like the first time? And she had told me that, I guess when she was 13, she and her best friend, in junior high school, her brother, who was 21, started going after her. And I guess like when they first went at it, that's the way that he went at it. He just totally went at it, and and she had this whole thing for him, and and ever since it was like, it wouldn't happen every time. It would happen like every so often. It was usually just like she's like, if you don't even care if you see my face. And I was like, after a while, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know you had a face.
That's about all that I got.
Sounds good to me, Dave. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Dorothy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello.
Is that a question or a statement, Dorothy?
Oh, it's a statement.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Okay.
First time caller, first time listener.
Good.
I was hearing about you talking about females crying during sex.
Mostly females. I'm sure there are some men who've done it, but we haven't heard about any yet.
And it's not because you don't enjoy it, because I enjoy sex. I just, there's times where I guess we get really emotional, like death in the family, or maybe a long-lost boyfriend. Sometimes it hits us, and if we're having sex during that time, we go off.
Why during sex? Why can't you save it for, like, when you're on the toilet or something?
I can do it on the toilet, too.
You do?
Yeah. I guess that kind of triggers something.
Having sex?
Yeah.
It creeps us out, guys. We're free.
I know it doesn't. I usually explain that to my boyfriend.
Does he stop when you start crying, or does he keep going?
Oh, we keep going.
You do?
Yeah.
So you're crying, and he keeps going, and he knows to do that.
Sure.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt my feelings.
Really? Yeah, you do this all the time, do you?
No, not all the time, because we just were discussing it just now.
When you're premenstrual, when do you do it?
I'm sorry?
When you're premenstrual, when do you do it?
Probably premenstrual.
Probably so. All right, Dorothy. Thank you. Have you been with somebody who cries while you're having sex? Are you with them right now? 1-800-5800-TOM.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles, at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Kathy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Okay, Kathy.
Great. Hey, I just wanted to call in because I cry when I'm having sex because it is like the best orgasm in the whole world. It's like tears of ecstasy.
Tears of ecstasy?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
But what is it? What is the cause of it?
Just having the most mind-blowing sex. It's like losing all of your ability.
Well, I've had mind-blowing sex. I've eaten Kobe steak, okay, and it's been spectacular. I had a Kobe steak last night, as a matter of fact. It was unbelievable.
Really? Did
Yes.
you cry?
No, I did not cry, but it was wonderful, and I imagine it's something like having a great orgasm. It's spectacular.
It's the man that I'm with, but I just weep. I mean, it's amazing.
Really?
Really.
And so is that every time or just once in a while?
No, not every time. Just when it's especially...
And the first time it happened, was he freaked?
Yeah. Well, I had warned him because I did it before with, my prior relationship.
So it doesn't matter who you're with. They're all good. Everybody's good at sex.
No. He'd definitely been able to make me do it the most in my life.
Really?
Really.
Interesting.
So I just beg him, please, baby, make me cry.
All right, Kathy, thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Jen on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Okay, Jen.
Okay, I was telling you the first time I had sex, my boyfriend cried.
He cried?
He cried.
Why?
I don't know, because I started laughing because I'm an equestrian, so I expected it to hurt, but it apparently didn't have the proverbial cherry, and it was really fun. And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm crying. It was just nerves. I was afraid I was going to hurt you." And I think maybe he was just a little...
What a pussy.
Well, yeah.
I was afraid I was going to hurt you. My God, if I did it right, I hurt you.
Well, that's what I said.
Exactly.
And actually, I cried once, and it's also because of what your last caller, Kathy, said. I wasn't emotional about it. I just happened to like it from behind, and one time he just got me so good that it made me cry.
Wow. Did he freak?
No.
Wasn't he afraid he hurt you? Wasn't he afraid he was going to hurt you?
No, because I started laughing, and then he said, "Why are you crying and laughing?" And I told him, but, hey, can I suggest a topic?
Sure.
Okay, have you ever heard of sleep sex?
Sleep sex?
Yeah.
I've never heard that term. Maybe we have heard of it. What is it?
Sleep sex is when your partner begins having sex with you while they're sleeping.
While they're sleeping?
Yes.
I've not only never heard of the term, I've never heard of... I've heard of your partner being awake and you're asleep and he has sex with you. I haven't heard of it the other way around.
Nope. Happens both ways.
So what? When you're asleep, you mount your boyfriend?
No, but he has done it to me once.
In his sleep?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And I woke up in the middle, and he's a rather sound sleeper, so he didn't know about it.
How was it?
Morning. It was good.
It was good. Even in his sleep, he was good.
Yeah, I can't complain.
Wow. Well, he must be quite the stud.
Yeah, and I've heard of a lot of people that have, I won't call them victims, but, have said that it has happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought maybe I was the only one or thought I was crazy, but I guess it happens all the time.
Sounds pretty crazy, Jen. Thank you. Kathy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Kate.
Oh, Kate. It says Kathy on the screen, and I read the screen.
Well, don't read the screen.
Hopefully you didn't change your name between the time you called in and now.
No, it's just Kate.
Okay, Kate.
I've heard a lot of your male callers call you father. Can I call you daddy?
Oh, you can call me daddy anytime.
Really?
As long as you know who your daddy is.
You are my daddy, Tom.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to call about crying during sex.
Yeah.
I'm 25. I've been having sex since I was about 17. So in 8 years, I've cried twice. And both times it was just like Kathy said, it was amazing.
Really?
And I made sure to tell the guy that so he wouldn't freak out. I made sure to say, honey, the reason I'm crying is because you just gave me the most amazing orgasm I've ever had.
Wow.
So don't always freak out if a girl cries after she screams.
No, I'm the other way. You know what? I've gone to the other side now. Now I don't even care. If you're crying, I'm going to keep going. You keep your problems to yourself. I don't really care.
If I start crying, please keep going.
All right, I will.
Please keep going, because that's a good thing.
Would you like me to crack your ass, too?
Please spank me, Daddy.
Oh, you know I will, darling.
Good night.
Good night now.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
Tell these people they're freaks, but you know what? That's one of the reasons I listen, because they're absolutely hysterical.
You want to hear all the freaks.
Exactly.
And nobody has more freaks listening than Tom Leykis.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Have you been with a chick who cries during sex? Randolph, hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Yeah, I got two. That girl that was just on there reminded me of this girl that was sleeping one time. So I got two stories now. So I just did the one that was sleeping. So I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here laying in the bed with this girl, right? And she's sleeping. So okay, I started doing it to her. I didn't think anything was wrong with it since we lived together anyway. You see what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here doing it to her, whatever.
This is a letter about 8-month pregnant Billy LaTurner that never should have been written. It says, "The driver was drunk and crashed through my daughter's windshield and onto her. Billy was life-flighted to the hospital. Zachary was delivered by C-section 30 minutes after the wreck. Billy lived 8 hours. Zachary lived 9. Signed, Mrs. LaTurner."
What should you do to stop a friend from driving drunk? Whatever you have to. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, Department of Transportation, and RAD.
I got one problem, and I'm resolving it right now.
That's what I'm saying. The other girl, she just started crying, I think, because I was doing it to her too much.
Yeah.
Because, after a while...
Was her name Kate Faber?
Huh?
Was her name Kate Faber?
No.
Just checking.
No, her name was Keisha.
Yeah.
And, she was a nice little 10 or whatever. I'm a chess man or whatever, and she had all that. So, you know what I mean? She was like...
By the way, you know what I'm waiting to hear?
What?
You ever go to a basketball game or a basketball game, let's say, and they get on the PA system and they're looking for somebody. I'm waiting for a Laker game in any city. I don't care where it is.
You know what I mean?
Somebody calls up like the sidelines and goes, "Kate Faber, please report to the press gate. Kate Faber. Kate Faber." Hopefully somebody gets a shot of Kobe. I just like to see that.
I mean, so, but yeah.
Kate Faber.
Kate Faber. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, somebody's going to do some clever person, and I'm not recommending this, but somebody is going to find a way to get an announcement made at a game. Or, they'll be wishing happy birthday to various people, and one of them will be Kate Faber. It'll be up on the message board. I'd hate to see that happen at NBA arenas across the country. That'd be wrong. Hate to see that.
Would it be? But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I had to play Lakers trivia, and Kate Faber is our contestant.
That Kate Faber. You know what I mean? Yeah, that'll be a trip to happen at the NBA. Call up to the front desk.
Kate Faber, please come to the front desk. Oh, you're already at the front desk.
No, you can't go too raw on them. Nah,
Kate Faber, please come back to the front desk.
That's too raw. I can see if she had a phone call. Just putting her right out there. Because everybody looking to see who it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good one. Kate Faber. Kate, will you marry me? Put that up on the message board.
You know what I mean? It's too romantic for him. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? No, ain't that doing it. He's cracking up. You know what I'm saying?
Just the thought of it now is really getting me.
You know what I mean?
I can't wait to hear it.
You know what I mean? At the NBA games. You know what I mean?
That's right, any Laker game.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but no, that's what I'm saying. If you do it to a girl too much, it seems like every time you do it to a girl too much, they start thinking they sex objects or whatever, and they might just start crying. It seems like that happened a lot with me. Yeah. If you do it to them too much, after a while, they just start crying after a while. Like, I guess they start to realize what's going on, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta cut them loose.
Well, I understand, Rand. Some guys don't care, but I understand. Sometimes it can be kind of creepy and freak you out. I understand. Maybe the Utah Jazz, that'd be a good game to call. They already have it in for Kobe. Kate Faber, please report to the press desk. That would be so wrong if somebody did that. So please, do not try to get an announcement made at a game where Kobe is playing. It would be wrong. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Ryan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Dad.
Son, how are you?
Oh, not too bad.
Well, the son I never had, yes.
Yes. Well, about 10 years ago, I was with this girl, and it took like forever to get with her. like a month, and I couldn't figure out why. So I finally get her hot and heavy one day, and we get about 10 minutes into it, and she just starts bawling. So, and she's only like the second or third girl I was with, and so I freaked out and jumped off her, and found out that she had been raped, and I was the first guy since the rape to be with her, and it just like killed it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, just destroyed it. I
thought that you would be the perfect person to be the first one after that.
Yeah. No, I was the guy that wanted to get with her like the first night I saw her, and after that I would be done with her, but yeah, it was a big waste.
Oh.
Message to ladies, if you got these things in your past and, you're carrying them, you need to tell somebody, you need to talk about it, because she wouldn't talk about it with nobody, and I had no clue.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's just, women have their secrets, and man, they come out at the wrong times.
You're not kidding about that.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-866.
I just wanted to call and tell you how much of a schmuck I think you are. You're the king of the schmuck. But I think it's great. I'm a schmuck, too.
I'm the most entertaining schmuck in radio.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show, 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Kathy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Well, Tom, I'm trying to call the expert.
Yes.
I will admit I'm not a big fan of yours, but I date somebody who just thinks you walk on water, and he's constantly telling me I need to be more like a Tom Leykis girl.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure what that means, because...
Well, what are his issues with you? Clearly he has issues with you.
Well, he thinks I'm moody.
That's one.
Well, and the reason what we're doing right now is we're fighting right now because he never takes me out. We never go out.
Right.
If we go out, it's because I have tickets to the Blazer game, or I have access to a beach house, or it's always on my connections or my dime.
Right.
And he doesn't introduce me to many of his friends. We've been dating off and on for a year and a half. I know a few of his friends, but I basically, we don't see each other during the week because that's one of his little stipulations. And he does have children, one at home still. But I come over on Saturday, and I cook for him, I clean for him, I take care of him. We have great sex. He's the first one to say it is absolutely awesome sex.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problems whenever he wants. I mean, it's great between us.
All right, so what's the problem?
That's what I want to know. Why am I supposed to be more like a Tom Leykis?
Because you're moody. He doesn't like that. Because you're always demanding that he take you places.
Once a month? Is that a big? Is that really?
Well, if he doesn't want to go out, he doesn't want to go out. If if he isn't creative, or he works hard and he's too busy to sit there and be a social director, then you have to take that role.
So a woman is supposed to just do whatever the man says and not have...
Well, you don't have to, but there's plenty of fish in the sea.
Well, I do love this man.
You love him, but does he love you? Tell me the truth, and don't be in denial.
I don't know.
You don't know?
He has not said that, but yet...
If he loved you...
He's been really, really screwed over bad.
Right, and that's why he needs you to be a Tom Leykis girl. He needs to be with a Tom Leykis.
Well, and that's why I'm calling you, because, I mean, if that's what it's going to take, I'd like to know how much more I'm supposed to do.
Well, you're supposed to cook and clean, and you're supposed to not complain.
I do.
No, you cook and clean on Saturday, you told me. You don't see him during the week.
He doesn't want me over during the week.
He doesn't want you over during the week. Okay. So, now, let me ask you a question. Are you a booty call?
No.
I mean, not in your mind, but how about his?
No, I really, honest to God.
How do you know?
Because, well, in my opinion, a booty call is when he calls and says, okay, come on over and screw, right?
Well, yeah, but there's somewhat more to it than that, in that, it sounds to me like your relationship pretty much consists of you coming over on the weekend, having great sex, cooking and cleaning a bit, and then the rest of the week there's no relationship.
Well, we call each other every single night and say goodnight. He sometimes calls me in the morning and says good morning. We do email each other during the day. I mean, I don't I trust him. He works out, he goes home, and he works out, and he rides the bike.
But can I tell you something? If I'm in love with you, I want to see you mud in that.
That's what I think, too, Tom.
But, again, he never said he's in love with you.
No, I think he's in love with my chest.
Well, that could be.
But, I mean, you know, he just keeps saying he wants me to be more like a Tom Leykis.
Well, and you know what? If you really love him and want him, maybe that's what you have to be more like.
Okay, but that's what I'm asking. Okay, so I'm supposed to just...
Not be moody.
Okay.
Not complain.
Okay.
And pretty much give him what he needs.
Well, that sounds pretty simple to me.
Well, you know what? Men are not complicated.
Well...
You know, just never forget the 3 F's, you know?